Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and off we go!
Lively Lewis Stories!
Ivy the Mermaid. Let's go, Ivy and Alexa. We don't want to be late getting to the water park, shouted Ivy's dad as he stood by the door holding 2 big beach bags. He had everything his family would need for a great day at the water park, except half of his family. Where are they? Levi asked as he stood with his dad twirling his new goggles around his finger. Not sure, buddy. Can you see what's taking them so long? Asked Dad. And I'll go put the bags in the car. Levi ran off to see what his mom and sister were doing. What's taking so long? If we don't get there soon, there'll be a huge line for the cyclone slide. And you know that's my favorite, Levi said as he walked into Ivy's room. But she wasn't there. Then all of a sudden, he heard singing and splashing coming from the bathroom. Ivy, what are you doing in there? Levi asked, standing outside the door. We're going to a water park. Why are you in the bath now? I just wanted to try out my new diving mask first. I'll be out in a bit, Ivy said as she splashed away in the bathtub. Just then, Levi's mom walked up to him in the hallway. Sorry, Levi. She's been in there for over an hour, and I've been trying to get her out, said Mom. Well, if she doesn't get out soon, the water park will be closed, and she won't be able to use her new mask there, Levi said extra loud so his sister would hear. Levi walked back to the front door so his dad would know what was going on. While he did that, his mom knocked on the bathroom door. Ivy, you need to get out of the bathtub now. You're making everyone wait, and that's not very nice, Ivy's mom told her. Okay, sorry, Mom. Can you come in and help me dry off? Ivy asked, still splashing away. Sure, said her mom, opening the bathroom door. Ivy was sitting in the tub wearing her shimmery mermaid bathing suit and her new diving mask. Ivy's mom started to drain the tub and didn't notice anything out of the ordinary at that point. We need to get you out of that tub. If you stay in here for 1 minute more, you'll turn into a mermaid, her mom said with a giggle. Cool, exclaimed Ivy. I want to be a mermaid. As she said that, Ivy's mom turned to get a towel for her daughter. Just then, she noticed a bright flash of light that sparkled and shimmered like Ivy's mermaid bathing suit. She turned around quickly and couldn't have imagined what she was about to see. Ivy! Her mom shouted in a whisper, You're a mermaid! It was quite obvious by the long, scaly, shimmering fishtail that Ivy had indeed stayed in the tub 1 minute too long and had now turned into a mermaid. This is amazing! Ivy shouted. Wait till I show Levi! You can't stay a mermaid, Ivy! Exclaimed her mom. I have to figure out how to turn you back into a human. You stay here. I'll tell your dad and Levi that you're, not feeling well and they should go to the water park by themselves. Ivy could have been disappointed because she didn't get to go to the water park and try out her new diving mask. But she was a mermaid after all, and that was way cooler than going to any water park. Sorry, but Ivy's sick. That's what's taking her so long, said Mom. You and Levi should go without us. No, I feel terrible. Let me go check on Ivy before we go, said Dad. No, Mom shouted before she quickly calmed down. She's resting now. You can see her when you get back. So Dad and Levi headed off to the water park after shouting to Ivy that they hoped she feels better soon and that they would surprise her with a fun toy when they got home. That won't be the only surprise if I can't figure out how to change Ivy back to a human, thought Ivy's mom as she walked back to the bathroom. Ivy was swishing her tail up and down and laughing when her mom walked in. I'm glad you're having a good time, honey. But I have a daughter who's a mermaid, and that's kind of a big problem, said Ivy's mom. What are we gonna do? Maybe just try and enjoy it, Ivy said. As she said that, a bright, magical light filled the bathroom. Water started to fill the room as corals and seashells appeared all over. What's going on now? Exclaimed Ivy's mom, looking a bit nervous. Don't worry, Mom. Everything is just fine, said Ivy. Maybe for you, Ivy. You're a mermaid. This kind of environment isn't the best for humans, she said, looking around as water continued to fill up the bathroom. Then she sat down on the edge of the tub, trying to come up with a plan. I wouldn't be too worried, Ivy said with a smirk, motioning for her mom to look down. The water continued to rise as Ivy's mom looked towards the ground. There before her eyes, she saw something totally unexpected. I have a mermaid tail too? She shouted, nearly falling backwards into the tub. Just then the water stopped, just deep enough for them to swim around in. They swam over to the bathroom door and opened it up. Their whole house was filled with waist-high water, and everything in it had been transformed to look like the things you'd find under the waves of the ocean. Little fish, stingrays, and tiny crabs swam and scuttled about through swaying green sea kelp. Ivy's mom couldn't help but smile as she and Ivy held hands and swam through the beautiful sea in their house together. Keeping their heads above the water, they saw seabirds flying through their living room and could hear the foghorns of ships far off in the distance. This is amazing, Ivy's mom whispered. I wouldn't want to be a mermaid with anyone else, Ivy said, giving her mom a hug and a little splash with her tail. The two swam around their house enjoying the amazing, magical undersea world. Hours passed and they realized that Levi and Dad would be home soon. What are we gonna do with all this water? Ivy asked. How about we open the back door and let it flow out into the pool? Ivy's mom suggested. Great idea, Ivy agreed. So that's exactly what they did. As the water flowed out, the things in their house returned to normal. No more corals, sea kelp, or tiny crabs crawling about. And as they sat on the floor, they quickly noticed that they had returned to normal as well. No more mermaid tails, just Ivy and Mom once again. That was amazing, Mom, said Ivy as they walked around the house, making sure there were no signs of sea life still scurrying around. How would we ever explain this all to your dad and brother? Asked Ivy's mom as the front door opened. We're home. How's Ivy feeling? Dad asked, walking in holding a bag from the water park. I picked this out for you, said Levi as Dad took a shimmering mermaid doll out of the bag and handed it to Ivy. I know how much you like mermaids. Thank you. I love them. Ivy giggled, giving her mom a wink. The water park was great. So many big slides and splash pads. But right now, I just want to relax in our pool, said Dad. Ivy and her mom didn't think much of it until they heard Dad say, can anyone tell me why there's a little fish swimming around in our pool? Ivy and her mom just looked at each other and laughed, remembering the incredible mermaid adventure they had just shared together. Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea and your kid's name, for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Come back for more.